In a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers, the final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local
zoo. This might be one of those. Yeah, this might be one of them fantasy. We ain't seen nothing but Bloodline. This is only because this in a day one arena. So, okay, makes sense.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia. Always a chaotic
We will test out the new camera. You feel me? That shit is fire. I won't see how to use the camera.
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia, because Maivia is a true brawler. Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
That's just actually fire.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steel. We'll see which prevails tonight.
That was fire. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta learn how to use that shit for real though.
High Chief Peter Maivia taking out George the Animal Steel in a steel cage match. Quite a heated history between these two guys.
Yeah, Michael, and I think it's because Maivia is one of the few superstars brave enough to take on the Animal. Most of their contests have ended in countouts or disqualifications. Thanks to the cage, we'll get a decisive victory in this one.
Well, that really depends on if a cage can even contain them.
The match probably happened.
Tremendous pressure on the head and neck.
Gentlemen, we've touched
It
on
was
the
just probably
differences
somewhere that
between
they
Maivia and
couldn't put
Steel's
the arena in.
competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching. And Steel is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal. Really wrenching it.
I don't know. It's so straight up. They just fucking crappers.
Oh, the headbutt.
Headbutts and shit.
Peter Maivia, very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Take it over! Go for the win here!
Turns the tables, shoulders. He could have had this wrapped up. Not sure why he let up.
Headlock cinched in and just tossed their opponent.
You have to be in peak physical condition to pull off a move with that much weight behind it. We've seen that Steel isn't above using a foreign object to gain the edge against Maivia. So he's got to have the advantage in a match where they're surrounded by one huge weapon, right?
Well, you'd think that, Cole, but think about how these men prepared for this match. The High Chief is a consummate professional whose game plan for this stipulation. And
from the middle rope.
Oh, what a splash! That has to take all the breath out of you.
Uh-oh. Mistake made by Steel. George Animal Steel is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of fight in the Animal. But you know who might be a better brawler, guys? The High Chief, Peter Maivia. When you consider that Maivia is also an excellent high flyer and a great technician, well, you can see why the High Chief is the favorite in this match, even with the steel cage stipulation.
That's just a beat down. He's got him down to the
So that means Jimmy Snuka should be in this game too then, right?
Kicks out of the count.
Still a ways to go in this match based on that.
I didn't really look at the roster because
Jimmy
Snuka, because that's Tamina's dad, so isn't he? Shouldn't he be in this game too?
Move, but is it the right
get up.
moment?
Get up. I'm glad they got that little shit.
Here he goes up the wall.
You actually got to do a fucking.
Victory could be close at hand, but first he's got to get himself over the top of the cage.
And now the climb down.
Shit, that should fuck me up. I thought that was the grab.
The top of the cage, just feet away from making it to the outside.
You can almost taste it now. Having a problem lifting that other leg over. The Animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the Animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia before when it was against the rules. The High Chief better be prepared for Steel to get even crazier.
Oh, Maivia is prepared, all right. The man perched up top. Diving leg drop.
Momentum is all with Maivia now.
And you can see Steel is struggling to weather the storm with the High Chief. Oh, what a chop block. Focus that attack at the base. Can't put together much offense with no base.
Whipping his ass.
The Animal may be wounded. What's Maivia got here? Talk about dismantling your opponent. Maivia can taste it now.
Doing it again.
Oh, diving leg drop.
about to bust this nigga ass, dude.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast, but he's made the biggest splash in Hawaii, where he earned multiple tag team
that's why,
titles.
because I think this man is a match.
Maivia is a huge celebrity on the islands. In fact, I've heard some consider him the personification of Maui.
That's what I shouldn't be doing.
Peter Maivia prevents that one from connecting.
He could have at least put the
He's in a bad way, but still has something left in the tank.
And steel. And what he's looking for here looks like a potential submission maneuver coming. After everything he's been through,
I tell you, boy, I can't see my thing.
This hold has him going through hell. Does he have anything left?
I tell you, I can't see my thing.
Able to punch
I can't
his
see my
way
circle.
out.
What up, boy? Put me in another one. Oh, I thought that'd been a submission, boy, but I gotta move my camera. I gotta find a place angle where I can. Oh, that boy catch me on the
signature. High Chief in dire straits after that move.
He's not getting that off.
George Animal Steel might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost a match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steel's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly or how to read a rule book. So he's got to be happy to be in this cage. Well, Maivia is called the High Chief in part because of his commanding presence in the ring. Oh, what's coming here? Submission move being applied. A stump puller. Tap out. Tap out.
And the High Chief defeats the Animal.
Good shit. I'll take that. I'll take that tap.
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief. Peter